the internet, Donna here. First of all, let me apologize for the quality of the video and the lighting. It is nighttime. It is, when is it? It is 11:40 p.m. And I don't have my studio lights out. I'm in my living room with shitty backlighting and a shitty webcam. But this is the only way that I could capture this the way that I want to. I've been asked by a member of the denture community on Facebook to post a video covering days 3 through 5 post-op. And I decided that because the first week that you have your dentures is such an emotional roller coaster ride, I would do one better and cover days 5 through 7. So what I've done is I've gone through my videos from day 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and one from day 8 because I talk about the night of day 7 on that day 8 video. And I've pulled little clips from them. So what'll happen, there's a few spots where I've already recorded voiceover, but I thought that we would stop along the way. And I'm guilty of, in my videos, putting an informative spin or a positive spin or sounding very clinical sometimes on things that maybe aren't meant to be as informative or positive or clinical as they come off. I have more feelings about my denture journey so far than just spitting sunshine and shitting rainbows for you guys. So, and I know other people feel the same way, and I feel like I'm cheating some folks by not conveying all of the stuff that's going on in here and all the stuff that's going on in here instead of just, spewing out facts and random thoughts from the day or just a description of what's going on right now. So what I'll do is we'll go back and look at some of the points where I feel like maybe I wasn't being completely honest with everybody, and we'll go ahead and set that right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. I am so white right now, and I don't even care. It's 4:33 in the morning, and I got woken up to the most horrifying feeling in my mouth that I've had in a long time. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and say that the way that I was feeling when I made this video, I mean, clearly I'm tired. It's dark in the room. It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to be awake right now, clearly. But I was feeling the same amount of pissy, moany, bitchy, whiny that I get when I have the flu. So just that, I'm sick, kill me. That's exactly what I was feeling when I was making this video. Apparently, I slept so well that I let my pain meds wear off. And mind you, I took a Vicodin before I went to bed. I took a Vicodin about an hour before that so that I could determine whether or not I needed another one before I go to bed, because I'm allowed to have up to 2 whenever I take them. So I woke up to what felt like swelling inside of my mouth, but my stitches were itching and all of my extraction sites ached, and not really sharp pain from any of them, but that itchy, achy, somebody remove my freaking jaw from my head, that deal. That deal is me calling something that makes me want to have somebody rip my jaw off of my face achy. That's what the deal is, and achy doesn't begin to describe it. When I woke up at 4 o'clock that morning, because my pain meds had worn off, I wanted to die. That's how bad it hurt. Achy doesn't touch it. It was excruciating. And this isn't going to be the first time that I've let my... No, this will be the first time, but this isn't going to be the last time that I've let my meds wear off. So, and here also, I'm kind of mad at myself for not setting an alarm for when the next time was that I was supposed to take my meds. And so I finally got some decent sleep, but then I was rudely awakened by that pain. And so I'm not only hurting, but I'm mad at myself because it was preventable.
I say that I got immediate relief with that gel, and I did, but it still feels like there's more pressure there than usual, and I kind of want that to go away. I want all of the inflammation to go down. So I'm feeling very chipmunky today. Plus, my husband pointed it out. So I went and tried to fix it with makeup. But that didn't work, as you can plainly see from my pie face.
Okay, so we talk about a roller coaster ride of emotions here. Now, this is a big. Why do I stop it at a weird place? That's so. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. I can't look at that. Like, I'm sorry, but that's got to go away for a minute. So I'll leave it up. I'll just try not to look at it. So, when I say that your denture journey, my denture journey anyway, has been an emotional roller coaster ride, this is one of the ups. This is climbing the hill, sitting at the top of the hill, not quite staring what's coming in the face, you know, as you round over the top of that hill to go down the next dip, but I've got a sense of humor about things, and, you know, I crack a joke and, you know, refer to my face as the shape of a pie. What I don't tell you is that 10 minutes before I made this video, I was in the bathroom psyching myself up, looking at the shape of my face, looking at all the swelling, because it wasn't this bad the night before, but it certainly was pretty bad for this video and for the next one. I'm looking at the swelling and I'm telling myself, it's going to go away in a few days. You're going to be fine in a few days. It's not going to look like this forever. You're not going to be a pie face forever. Your face doesn't need to be round. It's not going to stay round. Like, I'm psyching myself up, and I'm not particularly vain, but I was feeling really, really bad about myself as I was sitting in there looking in the mirror, doing this number, trying to push my face back to where it belonged. And this is after icing it down for 2 days straight, just like you're supposed to. And just one day, poof, it just puffed up anyway, no matter how much ice I put on it or warm compresses either. It didn't matter. It was just foofed out, and it was going to stay chipmunky for as long as it wanted to. And I eventually ended up with a bruise on this side over here, like a big green spot. You can see it in, I want to say, the next video. But yeah, I was feeling self-conscious when I made this one. Recurring theme. Every hour on the hour, my stitches start to itch, and I take out my plates and rinse them off and get rid of any blood that's up there. Itchy stitches, horrifying headache. I hate all the pill popping so much. Okay, we talk about that roller coaster ride, and this is the bottom of the pit right here. I had just taken meds. It's the middle, well, maybe not the middle of the night. I forget what time it was, but I'm in my pajamas. My hair is still wet from my shower. My makeup's smeared from where it didn't all come off because I didn't use makeup remover. I just used soap and water like a dipshit. So I'm done. Clearly, I'm ready for bed this day. I'm done with this day. I'm done with these dentures. That part's not clear, but I was done with the dentures. I'm done with the day. I'm done with the pills. I'm done with everything. I'm so disgusted by taking so many pills because I have to take pills every day to control bipolar disorder and to correct depression. So that's something that I don't share. So there you go. And those things might convey in my face, sort of, but you don't really know what's wrong. So I feel like I cheated some folks out of the whole story for this part of this video as well.
Super happy when this is all healed up and I can go for a reline or another fitting or whatever needs to be done to get them to fit properly, because I can tell you already that this is just ow. Fucking ow. And then you want to scratch like all the time because, again, itchy stitches. I've cut 2 knots out of the stitches today to try and make some relief. Okay, so here I go again. Yeah, I'm showing where my face broke out. I thought it might have been because Aunt Flo was going to visit me soon, but it turned out that wasn't why my face broke out. It was stress from the post-op and the procedure and everything. It caught up to me and did a number on my face. So that can happen.
Yeah, and that's something that I want to touch on too. is that it's stressful. The beginning of your denture journey is stressful. Having that many emotional flips and this is just one day, day 3, having that many emotional flips in a day, a few days, a week, in all of that time, it's exhausting and it's stressful. So if you're one of those people that your face breaks out whenever you are faced with stress, I'm one of those people too. Hi, nice to meet you. Welcome to the club.
I'm not having as much pain and swelling today
Day
as
4.
I did yesterday. Like my face is still a little puffy. But as far as my gums being swollen, that's calmed down a whole bunch. I actually drank a cup of hot coffee this morning, which I hadn't dared to do up to this point. So, and it was delicious.
See, and here we go again with that sense of humor about my plight. Just like, coffee, so good. Yeah. After the night that I had the night before, to have this kind of attitude the following morning, clearly I've rested, reset my timer, whatever, and ready to face another day. And I try to face the day with humor. And this is another one where I was psyching myself up in the mirror before I sat down in front of the camera. Because I even point out, like, it's not as puffy. Because I told myself that in the mirror over and over again. And it is totally as puffy. I mean, look, the puffy here and the puffy here. It's totally as puffy as it was the day before. So yeah, feeling self-conscious and, but trying to stay positive. That's what's happening here.
Make the S sound without sounding like this all the time.
Also disgusted
and
that I can't get the hang
mean,
of speaking.
That's just going how it's going. I don't know. That's what makes me think that maybe further down the line I might want to get implants on the top as well, so I don't have all this extra material inside of my mouth. I have had to remove and replace my dentures a couple of times today because my stitches are itchy. I don't know when this stops.
It stops when they
like,
stop
and there's
healing.
a knot over here, like back here, underneath of this part. That's this big knot that hangs down a bunch, and I can like with it with my tongue, and it makes me want to cut it because that's a big itchy spot right there. But there are several stitches that kind of like the sutures meet right there. Like there's a line that comes from here and goes forward, and it stops there, and then there's a couple of sutures that start here and go back here. Plus that spot, there was a little bit of infection there because there were root tips. And there used to be a bubble on my gums right here. So I think that they had to cut into it extra, and that's why there are extra sutures there so that they could get all the stuff out. So I don't want to mess with that one. My top denture is still kind of oozing blood, even though it's day 4. There's still a little bit of oozing coming from either here or like that one back here that I told you about. I'm not real sure. If my face were on its period, I'd say it was spotting. If that helps you understand what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm so fucking eloquent right now, aren't I? Oh, God. Yeah, face periods. We all have them when we get our teeth pulled. I'm so sorry for that reference. I was trying to be funny, and I was actually worried that my period would be late because I was so stressed out. So there's your TMI for the day. The year, I don't know, it's a whole lot of TMI, but yeah, so again, the stress affecting other areas of your life and other areas of your body, that's totally a thing.
A mad case of the itchies, but pain,
like later that day,
bite down, or because I've been chewing, I'm not gonna lie, I've been chewing on the sides of my tongue with my denture here just to kind of massage the gums a little bit underneath of the plate, and I can tell where those clusters of knots in the stitches are because it hurts, and then when I let up on the pressure, it'll itch. So if I want to describe it for you, like, have you ever been bitten by a flea?
Sort of maybe halfway.
It's kind of like that, like flea bites.
except for inside of your mouth.
That's gross.
So that's not something that I'm willing to be dealing with for one more second. Just getting out of the house, and wanting to leave, and not worrying about risking having to talk to a stranger while I'm out and about and do this number and talk like this and that kind of thing. I think that having my pretty smile back is helping to heal me of some of my other ills, like my social anxiety and maybe some of my depression, and who knows what else it's helping. So I am doubly happy that I decided to go through with it after putting it off for so long.
I am doubly happy with going through with this after putting it off for so long. So before I was done over it, and here I am, despite all of that, doubly happy that I decided to go through with the procedure and to have all my teeth removed and replaced. If that doesn't scream emotional roller coaster, I don't know what does. And it's not the bipolar that's doing this to me, because that's managed with medication. So it's just a thing that, again, I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I've been told time and again I'm not the only one, by others who have been through it. So, if this is something that you're experiencing along your denture journey, or you do experience along your denture journey, know that you're not the only one. And here's some proof right here. Go into any of the Facebook denture support groups and talk about it with other people, and you'll find out for certain that you're not the only one. Feel it first of what your tongue is doing, so that your lower plate doesn't just flip out of your mouth while you're laughing or something like that. Tales of people sneezing their dentures out and that kind of thing.
And my gums still itch. I wanted to scratch the shit out of them.
God. So, watch this mess. I woke up with adhesive on my gums and the bleh feeling in my mouth. So I rinsed it out and it was fine. And here I'm looking at a bit of the inside of my mouth that's tender. There's where I chewed on my lip in my sleep. And I'm getting ready to do something really, really stupid.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Oh, God.
Wait for it. Oh, it's so stupid. See the tender spots all up along the gum line there. Here comes the stupid part. Here it comes. Oh, I can't watch.
I've not taken pain meds yet this morning, and I'm not really in a whole lot of pain, just itchy gums. So, I think I'm going to skip the pain meds for now.
Boom! There it is. I think I'm going to skip the pain meds for now. Please don't ever, 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 ever do this. Especially not on day 3, day 4, day 5. You think you're starting to get over it. I promise you think you're getting over it because you're pumped full of pain meds. And that's why you don't feel any pain. Because there's still pain meds in your system. It could be opioids. It could be something else. It could be ibuprofen. Don't effing do it. You see that bruise right there? That doesn't feel good with pain meds not in your system. Don't be stupid like me.
I haven't taken any Vicodin all day. I took an ibuprofen this morning, 800 milligram, because my mouth hurts, but nothing else really hurts. And my gums still itch. I don't know when this ends. I hope it's soon, because the itchy gums is almost more awful for me to deal with than the pain from the extraction sites. And I am gonna go to Walgreens because my mouth hurts so much that's giving me a headache. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to Walgreens because I'm out of the socket gel, and I know I can only get it from the dentist, but maybe they have some other kind of oral wound care there. So All I know is I don't want to take the Vicodin, and I'm not allowed to take another ibuprofen until an hour from now. And my head hurts so much that I'm willing to do anything. If I can find some kind of hydrogel oral wound dressing with a numbing agent in it, that'll be great. If not, I'll probably smoke a joint. Anything to make this stop. I'm serious. Like, I don't want the opioid. I want something else. I don't want the pills.
I don't want the pills. What a fun thing to say. So, it looks like I'm being stubborn and obstinate here, and I am. But what I haven't shared, and I'll go ahead and share now, is that I was scared. When I was in my 20s, I had developed a cocaine habit that lasted me for 2 months. And I know that's not very long in terms of addiction and whatever, and I'm not real sure that it's an addiction, but it could have been so much worse than it was. So I figure I beat that on my own, and I don't need anything else put in front of me that could turn into a fun thing that I'd like to do that's not healthy for me, that's illegal for me to do, that will cause more problems than it cures. And opioid addiction is one of those things that has a stigma attached to it. I'm not even worried about the stigma at this point. I'm worried about unintentionally developing an opioid dependency, because I figure I have an addictive personality, and if I had to take these for any longer than 4 or 5 days, I would become addicted and develop a physical dependency on it. Because I certainly didn't have a psychological dependency on it, and I didn't want a physical one. So I'm scared that I'm going to end up with an opioid addiction, and so I am hunting for anything else I can get within reason to lessen the pain, including smoking marijuana, which is illegal in Oklahoma, even for medical use right now. We're working on changing that. I think it's on the ballot for some time this year. But currently it's illegal, and I'm ready to go and smoke a joint and go to bed, because I hurt that damn much. And I'm really surprised that I was able to keep my composure like I did just a minute ago here, where I said it hurts so damn much. My voice cracked a little bit, but I kept my composure. I have a really high tolerance for pain, so if my voice is cracking, I'm seriously hurting. Like, I want to remove my entire head at this point. But yeah, it's because I'm also scared, which adds more stress. It's, again, roller coaster ride.
I'd have to just buckle down and take the Vicodin and say, fuck it. It hurts so much. Like, I want to take them out and give my gums a break for a few hours, but that's not going to happen, because I'm not allowed. What I was looking for, instead I ended up with a tube of Oragel that had an analgesic and an antiseptic in it, as well as a painkiller. So hopefully that does what it's supposed to do. I'm going to go to the dentist office tomorrow and get another tube of socket in the meantime.
So what we have here is me saying that, looking a lot more calm, a lot more put together, sounding a little exhausted and a little defeated, saying I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found this Oragel for mouth sores is what I found. I was actually kind of ashamed of myself when I made this particular part of this video, and you're fixing to find out why.
I squeezed this tube of Oragel into the cleaned out applicator from the socket stuff that I had before.
That's true.
And put that a line inside of the ridge divot and a line inside of the ridge divot. I don't know if that's the technical term.
The technical term is trough.
But it's the one I'm using. I also broke down when I got home, and I took my antibiotic, which I was supposed to take. I took an ibuprofen, which it was time to take another one, and I went ahead and took 2 Vicodin, because
there it is.
I'm not dealing with this pound-and-ass headache. I'm not dealing with these pound-and-ass gums. I'm not dealing with feeling like I need to take my dentures out and throw them across the room.
So, I am sheepish. But then I start to justify it, like, I'm not dealing with this pound and ass headache, and I'm upset with myself because I caved. I caved and I took the pills. My husband pretty much demanded it. By the time I got home, I was crying. I was in so much pain. I came home, I was crying. I didn't know how to act. I didn't know what to do with myself. And my husband told me, Donna, just take the pills. And I was so pissed because, not because he was right, because he was right, but that's not why I was pissed. I was pissed at myself for being so stubborn and so ridiculous about it the whole time. I should have called my psychiatrist and spoken with him about how I was feeling, or, you know, called a therapist or a friend or something. But no, I had to handle it all on my own until he got home. And actually, I think day five, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This was a Sunday, so he was home. I think he had gone and done something else that morning, or he was sleeping or something during this whole escapade that I had this day. But yeah, I was upset with myself, and that's something that I cheated viewers out of sharing in this video in the first place. So sorry, guys.
A minute again. So, because I like my pretty teeth. See? I like my pretty teeth, and I don't want to hate my pretty teeth. And then I got to thinking about it, and I haven't pooed since the day of my surgery.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe I shared that.
And that's true. And this is one of the happy side effects of taking opioids, is it will numb your gut. So if you're prescribed Norco or Vicodin or Percocet or Lortab, anything like that, it numbs your gut and makes it so that things don't move through it properly. And basically the whole time that I took this opioid, I did not poo. So for more than a week, I want to say I had 10 days worth, and I made them last 11 days, 12.
Yeah, that's not true. They lasted through the end of day 7. Because I took them on time every time after that, and I took 2 instead of just 1 because I needed them. Because the pain was just too much.
Days, something like that. I didn't poo. And when I finally did, it was not comfy. So just be aware that that's coming your way too.
And I was in so much pain last night, I wanted to rip my gums off and stomp on them. Like,
The night of day 6. The night of day 6, I fell asleep with my dentures out to give my gums a break, and I let my pain medication run out while I was asleep because I'm too stupid to set an alarm, apparently. And so, not only am I pissed about the situation, but I'm pissed at myself in this clip.
light them on fire, whatever. 3 of my scab plug, socket plug, clots, whatever. I don't even know the proper term for it.
Clots.
But 3 of those came out.
Dry
And
sockets.
so the pain last night was absolutely retarded, and the pain the day before that was absolutely retarded.
No, Donna, what's absolutely retarded is the fact that you played with those with your tongue and they came out. Because you can't fucking leave anything alone. This is why I should have left my immediate dentures in while I slept and just maybe applied a little more of the powder adhesive to them, because I'm so scared I'm gonna like choke on my dentures at night that I put adhesive on them before I go to bed. And so that night was no exception, except for I didn't sleep with them in instead, because again, I wanted to give my gums a break. And so I sat there like messing with some of the clots that were formed in my tooth sockets, and 3 of them came out. And that was my bad, and I'm pissed at myself because it was avoidable. Anytime I get pissed at myself, it's because it was something that was avoidable that I didn't think ahead on, or I didn't want to think ahead on. So that's what's up.
Like during the day yesterday, like, oh my god, I couldn't even believe how painful that was. I sleep with them out last night. I put a generous coating of Oragel all over my gums this morning when I woke up, because I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning ready to cry because all of my gums just hurt, and it felt like all of my little wounds from my extractions were all open wounds. Now, not all of them are. Friday cannot come
fast enough. So the reason that all of my wounds felt like they were open wounds is because not only did I fall asleep with my dentures out, but I mouth breathed all night long, and I never do that with 3 dry sockets. And well, it ended up being 4, but what I thought at the time was 3 dry sockets, and that air going in and out of my mouth all night long. I'm surprised that I wasn't in more pain than I was. I woke up crying. I absolutely did. I had some kind of horrible dream that had something to do with something going wrong in my mouth. I woke up and figured out that that's exactly what had happened. And here, again, it's preventable. I'm pissed at myself.
Wednesday. My appointment for my adjustment is Friday. The more I talk with the top plate in, the more I feel like I'm going to puke all over the desk in front of me. Yeah, I went back to bed, and a sneeze woke me up, but I managed to hang on to my dentures.
Yeah, so there's that roller coaster again. I've got a sense of humor. I crack a joke about sneezing and hanging on to my dentures because earlier, a few days before, by, video time, well, actual time too, but a few days before, I cracked a joke about hearing about people sneezing and losing their dentures, and it almost happened to me, so I made sure to sneeze like this so they wouldn't go anywhere. And here I have a sense of humor about it. Yeah, but really it was just like relief that I didn't lose them. Plus I know that I'm getting ready to crack because I'm out of my pain medication, and I've had to switch to Advil and Tylenol from taking Norco and prescription strength ibuprofen.
Is doubly important.
Whoops.
When you are out of pain meds. So, benzocaine, wherever you can find it, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, take all that stuff, and don't forget, set an alarm while you're asleep, because you're gonna wake up hurting if you don't.
Yeah, so that's that. I think it's pretty apparent how I'm feeling in that scene. So again, I just want to let everybody know that this roller coaster ride that happens the first week that you have your dentures, the wall that you hit on day 3 that continues through day 5, and in my case day 7, it's normal. It's not anything that you are the only one that's experienced it. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. We're all out here to listen if you need an ear, and to agree with you if you just need to bitch and need somebody to be on your side, and to offer suggestions if you have an issue that you need fixes for. There are some really great support groups on Facebook for denture wearers, new denture wearers, prospective denture wearers, young denture wearers, old denture wearers, women denture wearers, co-ed denture wearers. There are so many support groups full of amazing people. Just, hunt them down. Denture support group in the search bar in Facebook, and just go. Don't ever feel like you're alone, because you're not. You're not the only one. You're not weird or strange, or, you might be weird or strange, but not because you have different and mixed and rapidly changing feelings about your dentures. Okay, so that's pretty much all the point that I wanted to get across here. And again, my apologies to all of my viewers for having missed these points the first time that I put these videos together. That is all that I have for you today. I will be back with another video for you tomorrow. Go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't yet, if you liked the video. I'm sorry that it's run so long. Ooh, more than a half an hour. Oops. let's see, tomorrow's video will be 1 to 2 weeks, what to expect 1 to 2 weeks after surgery. And until then, be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome.